This interview will be featured in a new book I'm co-writing with our friend, Pastor Paul Begley, host of the syndicated television show, The Coming Apocalypse. The new book is going to explore the book of Revelation in light of current events. Let's start there. What do you see as the parallels between what the book of Revelation tells us about the future and what's happening today?
Well, one of the arguments that Sharon and I made in Giants, Gods, and Dragons, which is a little unusual for premillennial believers, which we are. We believe that we are not in Christ's millennial reign. Is that we believe the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the four entities described in chapter 6 of the book of Revelation, the opening of the first four seals. We believe that they've been riding the earth since the first century AD. So we shouldn't be surprised when we look around the world and we see wars and rumors of war, when we see pestilence, when we see the threat of famine, which is something that hasn't been discussed much as we're recording this, and the situation in Ukraine has gone, as military guys would say, it's gone kinetic. Russia and Ukraine combined to supply about a quarter of the world's wheat and about 20% of the world's corn. So according to what I read from Bloomberg, about 12% of the world's caloric intake comes from Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine is rightly called the breadbasket of Europe because it's 70% arable farmland, and its soil is famously black and fertile, which may be why 200 years ago my German ancestors emigrated there at the invitation in the 18th century, Catherine the Great. They waited a little while, but early 19th century, my German ancestors emigrated from the region around Stuttgart to near Odessa, where some of this fighting is taking place. They left, and I'm grateful that they came to the United States before the turn of the 20th century, but they found very similar soil in North Dakota. But the point is that there are many places in this world not as blessed as we are in the United States that depend on the produce, the wheat and corn especially, that comes from Ukraine and Russia. And right now, that's not moving anywhere. There is no maritime trade going into the port of Odessa or Sevastopol, probably because it's just not safe at this point. So the length of this conflict will determine what kind of impact that has on the supply of food. Certainly the cost is going to go up, and we're already near all-time highs for commodities like wheat and corn. So we're seeing all of the aspects of these four horsemen riding right now. It's just that with the restrainer, what Paul called the restrainer in 2 Thessalonians, still at work in the world, they don't have free reign to ride. And I think that's why prophecy teachers for many, many years have believed that the four horsemen have not yet begun to ride. But when you read Revelation 4, 5, and 6, and you see the sequence of events, so John it weeps bitterly because he's told that no one is found who is worthy to open this seven-sealed scroll in the hand of the Father, in heaven, on earth, and under the earth, which we also argued in our book, Giants, Gods, and Dragons, as sort of a veiled reference to the demonic spirits of the netherworld, the spirits of the Nephilim destroyed in the flood, until the Lamb who was slain appears between the 24 elders, the four living creatures, the cherubim, and the throne. And clearly this is a representation of Jesus Christ. It seemed odd to us that John, if he was shown a vision of the future so far in the future that it's still in our future, that for 2,000 years, no one has known where Jesus was, because he is the one who's worthy to open the seals on the scroll, which sets the riders loose. When we know from the book of Acts, for example, the stoning of Stephen, he looks up into heaven and he sees, the Son of Man at the right hand of the Father. And Paul in the book of Ephesians, or the letter to the Ephesians, writes that Jesus is at the right hand of the Father. So we knew he was there in the first century. It just seems to make more sense to interpret that as meaning that the seals began to open then. These entities that John called the riders on those horses have been loose for 2,000 years. It's just they have not been given free rein to be as destructive as they're described in Revelation 6 until the restrainers removed, and we're in that final phase of the end times.
In Revelation 9:1-1, Paul Begley and Troy Anderson boldly confront the pressing questions on many people's minds. Are we living in the end times? How do current events line up with biblical prophecies about the future? This book offers stunning and thought-provoking insights that connect passages from the book of Revelation to today's headlines. From the COVID-19 pandemic to artificial intelligence to UFOs, the authors examine how modern developments may be paving the way for the Antichrist and one-world government. This book will give you much to think about regarding the state of the world and the ultimate direction of history. Revelation 9:1-1 is a clear call to prepare spiritually for whatever lies ahead. An inspiring and encouraging quote from Pastor Jimmy Evans, founder of EndTimes.com and author of Tipping Point, "The End is Here." Thank you, visionary Pastor Jimmy Evans, for your inspiring words. Join us as we embark on an illuminating journey into the prophetic with renowned Bible prophecy expert Pastor Paul Begley and the prolific Pulitzer Prize-nominated journalist Troy Anderson. Confront pressing questions of our time and discover hope for the future. Don't miss out. Order your copy of Revelation 9:1-1 now and prepare to be inspired, enlightened, and empowered. For more information, visit www.revelationwatchers.com and delve deeper into the insights awaiting you. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of the book of Revelation and its impact on our world. Order Revelation 9:1-1 on Reginery Publishing, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target.com, Walmart, Books A Million, Hudson Booksellers, or most anywhere books are sold, and be part of the journey towards greater awareness, hope, and encouragement in the midst of challenging times. Additionally, prestigious bookstores like Harvard Bookstore and Book Soup in Hollywood carry the book. Take the next step in your exploration today.